on digital radio, on the app, on your smart speaker, on Twitter, YouTube, Twitch.tv, and Facebook.
The Sports Cast. Expect the unexpected.
The update presented by the Sports Cast.
Welcome to the Sportscast, October 2nd, 2024. If you haven't yet, please subscribe in all our channels, YouTube, Twitch, X, and Apple Podcast. You can also listen to us on your smart speaker. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, please leave a rating and a review. It will help us out tremendously. We're also on online radio. You can visit our website, thesportscast.net, thesportscast.net. Also, follow us on X and Instagram at the Sportscast1 and check out our app, the Sportscast, in iOS App Store. It is October. And what does October mean? It is October baseball, Major League Baseball postseason. And I couldn't think of anyone else to come on to preview it, but also to touch up and remember Pete Rose, the baseball legend. We got Zach Rebackoff, author of The Unmasked, the honorable and dishonorable trust of a professional baseball empire. Zach,
Truth.
Welcome to the Sportscast.
Truths. Hi. Can you hear me?
Truth. Yes. Truths is plural.
Truth.
Yes, Zach, I can hear you. How you been, Zach?
Very well, thank you very much. How are you?
Pretty good, Zach. It's been a very sad couple of days. On Tuesday night, Major League Baseball legend Pete Rose died at the age of 83. The medical examiner in Clark County, Nevada, which is Las Vegas, confirmed this past week on Monday. Pete Rose was the MLB's hit king, who then became a pariah for gambling on the game. He was not allowed in the Hall of Fame. Very debatable. He did confess in 2004 he did gamble in baseball. But Zach, can you tell us a little bit about what has happened and your thoughts over this passing away of Pete Rose?
I was pretty shocked, actually, when, in fact, I was watching TV. I think it was last night or the night before, whenever it happened. I think it was the night before that. And I stopped the TV because I got an alert on my phone, and I went, oh. Now, he, remember, was not in my wheelhouse because I'm a Yankee fan and I was living in New York. And when I started following baseball, I'd say like 10 years old, I think he came into play when I was 11 or 12. And he was this guy that played in the National League. I heard of him, and remember, we didn't get to see games every minute of the day and night. We could never get to see the guy on TV barely because, A, it was hard enough to get the Yankees. How are you going to get the Reds, So, but you would see and hear about him, and heard he was crazy on the bases, would run to first base, and he did. Again, eventually, maybe in the 70s more, you get to see more of him because his games were more on TV. And when you did get to see him, you saw the difference in him and almost everyone else on the field. He ran everywhere. He smashed the ball on the ground when he got the ball for 3 outs at the end of the inning. He ran on, he ran off, he ran on his base on balls. He ran hard into everyone. Did hit Ray Fosse, did everything. Played 5 positions. Played third, he played first, he played left, he played center, he played right. He played second. Yeah, he played everywhere. He was really, really a great player.
Yeah, he played mostly for the Cincinnati Reds. He also was a manager for the Cincinnati Reds from 84 to 89. He has won the World Series. He's won the World Series MVP in 1975. But towards the end of his career, actually more towards his manager, he started to gamble. Zach, what were your thoughts over that? That was a big issue back then. But what do you remember of that?
I don't think that. I think he always gambled. My guess is he always gambled, even if it was in the 1970s. He was a gambler, big time horse racing gambler, number one. So you can't believe whether you can't know for sure whether he bet on baseball or not. But as an I'm just taking a guess that he probably gambled all along, got heavier at it, got better at it. Remember, there was it would, although he didn't say the Reds were going to lose, he only bet on them to win. However, if he didn't bet on them, that meant he didn't think they were going to win. And that in itself was a signal to the bettors in the betting world. Pete's not betting on the game tonight. So A, other people could bet for him. And B, he knew that this was going to be a loss somehow. And he could make it a loss if he wanted it to.
Yeah, quite something. He was permanently banned from baseball by the commissioner of baseball, Peter Urbroth, back in the day. And he didn't really
No,
confess. I
I,
mean,
I think I think it was Bart Giamatti.
yes, Giamatti, correct. He was the one that made that ruling
And you
against
know
Pete
what
Rose.
happened? After 10 days after Giamatti banned him from baseball, Giamatti died. It was so
Wow,
weird. It was weird. I
that's
remember that
crazy.
now.
It reminisces a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, I remember
Crazy.
that. I remember that.
And then I remember 10 years later, 1999, that special, I think it's like the 99 greatest
Celebration
players.
of, yeah, he wasn't allowed to come.
But well, he did go, and then
Yeah, he
Jim
was
Gray
allowed to.
interviewed him,
Excuse me?
and the NBC reporter Jim Gray interviewed him, and
Yes,
he
yes,
was
you're right. I
pushing
do
him to
remember that.
answer, yeah, just confess, say that you did gamble,
Right,
and Pete Rose didn't give in.
right. I remember that now too, a little bit. It's fuzzy, but I seem to remember that Jim Gray did interview him.
Yeah, quite something. So you don't think he'll be in the Hall of Fame ever?
I don't, I wouldn't bet against it, but I would, if someone asked me to bet, I would say no. I don't think
Yeah,
I'll ever get in.
I think like what's done is done. If it would have happened, it would have happened by now. So we'll see. Rest in peace, Pete Rose. As Zach said, he played in 5 different positions. He was fast. He loved the game so much. Um, and like you were saying, like there were some other athletes that have gambled, like Michael Jordan had a similar situation.
Completely.
And there's rumors that the NBA, like those 2 years that he was out, there's rumors that the commissioner actually suspended him, but we will
Suspended
never
who?
know.
Suspended who?
Michael Jordan, when he went to play baseball,
Mike, the commission. Who's suspended him? The NBA commissioner?
NBA. I mean, that's rumors. It's nothing set in stone, but
I never
um,
heard. I never thought that. I never heard that.
yeah, it's a conspiracy that goes out there, but no one uh, has uh, confirmed that. But we'll just leave it as rumor for now. Let's go into the 2024 Major League Baseball postseason. A couple of new teams have entered the picture. Let's look at the bracket itself. The New York Mets have made the wild card for the first time in a while. Hack and I were talking about it before the show. Like we haven't seen them in a while. And they're going up against the Brewers. And then we got the Braves versus the Padres, which I think, they might be closing out today. This is not an updated bracket. I wish I'll get to it.
Padres won yesterday.
Yeah.
And I assume they played today. I don't. Let me see if I can see what happened with them.
I can see the app right now. And then the other side of the bracket, we got the Royals versus the Orioles. And I'm pulling up
They're
on
playing
the
now. They're playing now.
Yeah, and like you were saying, Detroit, they swept the Houston Astros, and Astros have a lot of postseason experience. Your thoughts on that series?
I'm glad. You know, I'm a Yankee fan, and they broke my heart a couple of times. So, and I always thought they were cheaters, like everyone else. And I'm glad they're out.
Yeah, quite
They're
something.
good.
Then
They are good.
they are good. And then the Royals are playing the Royals are playing the Orioles, and Kansas City's up by one
They're
game.
good. They're good. They got that guy. That whoever he is, that kid. He's the best batting average in the league. I think almost. What's his name? The Royals star player.
I'll look that up, but yeah, Royals are definitely a favorite. They're up one game in the wild card. Let me pull up the roster for the Royals. Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador
Yes,
Perez,
that's him. That's
Bobby
him.
Witt,
Yes, he's very good.
shortstop, good hitter. And so, which you, as a Yankee fan, do you prefer playing the Royals or the Orioles?
I think the Orioles.
Orioles are down a game, so we'll see what happens in the wild card. Do you like this wild card format? Win two.
Yeah, I like it. I do like it. I mean, I didn't realize. I thought it used to be a one-game deal,
Now
and
they're doing
then
the best out
all
of
these
three.
other teams got in, so then they made it 2 out of 3. Yeah, it's enough for them. They're lucky they're in.
Yeah, and guess what? All the games are played in one spot. They don't go
I
travel.
know that's weird. That I thought was weird. That I
So
thought was weird. Is that
your
something new?
Yankees,
Is that something new? That didn't it used to be 1-1-1,
I think so, but don't test me on that because I'm not sure. Um,
or at least
yeah,
had to be 1-1-1. I can't imagine it was ever 3 in one place to start. Doesn't sound right.
right. So the Yankees have had a great season. They clinched their division. Zach, do you think they'll go deep? They are actually number one in the American League. Do you think they'll go all the way, or what are your thoughts?
I always think they'll go all the way until they don't. Um, History with Judge is that he doesn't necessarily hit great in the playoffs. However, to me, he is the most. I've been the most excited watching him play since, and if any Yankee, since Mickey Mantle. And that includes Jeter, Reggie Jackson, anyone that they ever had. It was always Mickey Mantle was above everyone else. This guy, I can't take my eyes off of him. I just can't take my eyes off him. He just does everything perfectly. It's crazy.
That's good. Well, that's a good sign for the Yankees. They could be playing Detroit, or they could be playing. I think that's Chicago, and then the other side, the Phillies are going to wait for the winners of the Mets, Brewers,
I like the Mets. I
Dodgers.
think the Mets could be in the World Series. They're very hot now, hot as can be.
You
The
said it.
last 5 games, they scored 5 or 6 runs each game.
So you think that might be a Subway Series, possibly?
I'm hoping for that. That would be better. You know what? That would be exciting for me. Yeah, that would be good.
That's happened one time. That's
Yeah, I
it in
was there.
history.
I was there.
Interesting. How
I
was
was
that
there.
experience?
I don't remember. It was so long. I think it was 2000, maybe. Does
Yeah,
that
around
sound
there.
right?
I remember that. It was the
And
easiest travel.
I think I. Yeah. I seem to remember I was there.
Well, there you have it. MLB postseason began this week on Tuesday. Zach, before we go, give us an update on your life and anything else you want to talk about.
I think I'm going to start taking it easier. I think I'm going to not work on any more projects, whether baseball. I'm just going to stay as umpire the high school baseball season and just take it easy, not delve into any projects. I think I'm done.
Zach,
So
you're
eat
gonna
out
take it
three
easy.
times a week. Eat out 3 times a week.
That's a good limit.
I want to go to Vienna.
In Austria.
Yeah, but she doesn't want to go.
Why?
I don't know. She thinks it's lame.
Oh, well. Anyways, Zach, what is the best way to reach you online? What's your X or your Instagram?
I'm Zach at theunmaskedumpire.com.
There you
Zach,
go.
Zach at theunmaskedumpire.com.
There you go. Follow Zach
Thanks for
there.
having, thanks for
And
having
you
me
can
on,
follow us
man.
at the Sportscast1 on X and Instagram. And Zach, I appreciate you coming on to the Sportscast.
You're very welcome, pal. Good night.
And this was your update. It's October, baby.